So, am I glitching? This is just one way to. Can you hear and see me? All right. So now we're going to have Linda come back in. Yeah. She's all frozen. I don't understand that. Because this is working fine. And she couldn't see me. I was freezing on her and she's freezing on me. So there's. So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think of this new? So I spent some more, dinero on that. So now it'll stream all of the comments on the live stream. So that's nice. So we go, Athens, early morning. I can imagine what time it is in Athens. I'd be long gone. I'm just about making it in 7:37 here. So working out in the garden all day. I'm exhausted. So yes. So I mean, well, that's I'm wondering. Like Charles is saying, yeah, it could be the time. But I'm not glitching like this, so I don't. It just seems strange. Let me see if I can get. I'm just gonna try to. Okay. Just checking Linda again. All right. So, oops. Oops. All right. Yep. We have the worst internet. I mean, it's just every time we try to, it's like, oh, the MK Ultra, yeah, the MK Ultra was responding. We're going to talk about that. Some of the targeting. So not just the MK Ultra, but the free. Oh, what device? Okay, let's see. Here she comes. I think we might be. A lot of our members have been targeted, so we know what it's like. And all right, let's see. That's so weird. See how now? Are you guys able to see Linda?
Are you there?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you,
Hello?
but you're frozen. I'm asking. They can see and hear me. Can you see and hear Linda? Her mic is unmute mic. All right. Okay, her mic isn't connected. Let's see. No, we should be able to. Oh, I'm gonna put it back in. You gotta. I can't unmute your mic from this end. Can't unmute. Oh, I'm gonna send her another email. I mean email text. Derp. Derp. All right. All right. Okay. Oh, now we are. All right. Nope, it's muted again. Oh, nope. Okay. Now we can hear you. Freezing. Yeah, she's freezing, right? Yeah. And we can't hear her at all. I think she's completely frozen.
It's.
Oh. Nope.
And the thing was that I couldn't long to switch back on. So.
Huh.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah. I can hear and see you now.
I
You're just
am frozen.
No.
Now, okay.
Yeah,
wow.
I think it might work itself out. And at least
I don't know why it's being like this.
I have no idea either. It never. It'll pick one person and do this because it did the same thing to Renata. Andy was fine, I was fine, and Renata couldn't. Nothing.
Yeah.
We had the same issue with Jamie Martinez. Frank was fine. I was fine. Jamie, forget it. It's like
But it.
I don't understand it.
Oh,
Yeah.
geez.
No,
Yeah,
you're good
StreamYard
though. I mean, we can hear you as long as we can hear you. Yeah.
doesn't like me for some
No, you've been. How many times have I had you on
reason.
StreamYard? We never had any trouble. Because you can't do this on YouTube. You can't share. You
Oh,
can't. So on YouTube, if you do a live, you have to use your cell phone to bring a guest on, but you can't actually bring up any videos.
I don't know.
I think they want you to buy a.
Yeah.
Well, you're so far so good.
This is
It might work itself out. At least we can hear you. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, we can hear you. So I feel there's more than just learn away from many, please. So now folks can. It's nice to see on the screen the comments as we putz around here, trying to get this hopefully to
Right.
Oh yeah. So for
Do you have?
Yeah.
'Cause-
No, she froze again.
I'm
Nope.
put this here.
Yeah. A complete freeze now. All right. Oh, Paul Hellier, yeah, former candidate. Yeah, Hellier has been involved for a long time, but this is nothing new. They were saying this in the 1950s. You can go all the way back to Major Kehoe. So there's this whatever they're doing now is nothing new. So, are you getting ads? That could be StreamYard. I'll have to.
Really? Yeah.
Are you? Yeah, I'm not getting them live. You're getting ads. I'll have to look into the settings because it might be StreamYard that has that on default. So I don't know right now. Comments. Let me see. Edit. I'd have to do it when I set it up. I think to get rid of the ads. There shouldn't be ads on in the live. That's all right. No, there shouldn't be. I know what it was. These things are. Yes, Kehoe was. He wrote the book UFO. No, Flying Saucers Are Real. But there's archival footage. When did I show that? I did a video, I think last week with archival. You can just look it up on Major Kehoe. On YouTube, there's archival footage of him talking about in a press conference, as a matter of fact, under official. While he was working in the military, that the flying saucers were real. So. Oh, Daryl James, yeah, he's been. Yes, it is. So there's ads. Okay, I'll have to figure out what they did with the ads. I don't know why there's a big. So Mike, all right, that's weird. Linda has great connection, but she's glitching. Huh. There's Dennis. Yeah. Yeah, I noticed. I think there's some. I think there. Yeah, your mic. Justice actually noticed that twice, where it was muting itself.
Okay, my mic is back.
Yeah,
It
but I
cut
actually saw
off
it.
all
It
by
was just
itself.
randomly muting itself.
Yes,
Which
it's so
not
weird.
necessarily. No, not really. Not really. Not for us.
Yes,
But you've never had trouble.
it's randomly
Yeah, it just randomly mutes it.
It's like a ghost
Well,
in
it's
the
not a ghost.
machine. It's so.
Well, we know who it is.
Can
I can
you
hear
hear
you.
me?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Can you hear me
Yes.
now though?
Yep, can hear
Hello?
you. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear us?
Okay. I'm asking that nobody's answering. I'm like,
Yes, we hear you.
yeah. Okay.
No, see? Yeah.
I can hear you fine.
All right. Can you see the
Can you
comments on
hear
the
me?
screen?
Okay.
Yes. All right. Yeah, you just glitched, but we can hear you, so you can just keep talking. So at least we can hear you. At least we can hear.
Lower my
Now we
frequency.
can.
It's too high.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
of
That
course.
I've been out in the sun all day enjoying the I'm well, not literally, but I'm not
I,
smoking weed or anything. Although
I was out working, so in the
I was around people who were, so maybe that's maybe
yeah. That's so
that's what
strange.
happened.
Yeah. This
Nothing
is.
works. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I was outside too most of the day.
This damn
That's what happened.
StreamYard.
Is it? Yeah. I'm but don't worry about what I
I wonder if there's
look like.
somebody in
You
your
can hear me.
building.
That's the important.
I wonder if there's somebody in your building that's blasting something that's creating a problem for your internet.
I have lag.
Yeah, but you never did before. Yeah, she's completely gone
Oh
now.
yeah.
We can't.
I'm in a building with everybody apartments.
What?
Oh yeah, a lot of EMF in his apartment.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Did we glitch before?
Not with you. No, I've had just Renata.
When I was doing
Yeah, Rocky Mountains. Maybe just try the sound.
this the
Yeah,
last
you can
time?
just try sound without video and see if we get anything. It's
Was there
glitching.
glitching? I don't remember.
I don't.
Can you hear me now? You
We
can't
can
hear
hear
me?
you, but it just sometimes you just pick.
No?
Let's see, now edit mic settings. Yeah, there's nothing I can do on my end. See, she disappears.
Try.
That's what we were trying.
But
That's what we were,
I get the video off.
it's off.
With StreamYard.
No, you're doing good now. This is working. We can hear you now. Now it's fine. Your video is off.
Let's see. There's got to be a thing. Right. I mean, just maybe ignore my in here. I don't know.
No, you're actually fine right now.
Turned my camera off.
Now we can hear. Yep, now we can hear you perfectly fine.
Can you hear me? I turned my camera.
Yeah, you're fine.
off. So can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you
better now.
Yes.
Is it better?
Yep.
Okay, so maybe I should.
That's what we're gonna ask.
Okay.
That's what we're
Oh,
gonna
good.
do.
On camera
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is good.
That makes no sense. But we can hear you, so that's a plus. For sure. So
Awesome.
yeah, sound is good. It's awesome. Yeah. I don't understand why, but you can be like JP where we can't.
Okay, we'll just leave it
Yes. Linda has to
like this,
disguise her appearance
and
for security.
you can. Cool. So what did I miss?
Nothing. We were just we were trying
What
to get
did I
you
miss?
on.
I'm saying though.
Yes, we hear you. That's a cool bubble. Yeah, I could too.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did I miss? You can't
You
hear
didn't
me?
miss anything.
That's not what you
Oh, you're
can you hear what I'm
Oh, now she's
asking?
Yes, we can hear you.
I don't think you're hearing what I'm actually saying.
Yes. We were going to talk about targeting, but we couldn't get you up.
What did you want to talk about?
I don't think we're even getting sound now. I think we lost Linda completely. Let's see.
Can't. I'm trying to type things and it's really slow.
Gosh.
So yeah, there's I was afraid of.
Hello, Venetian cat. Yes, from New
I don't
Mexico.
think you can hear what I'm saying.
Nope.
And I feel like there's I think there's
Yeah. Yep. There's a huge interference. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised maybe if somebody's using some kind of weird devices or something in the apartment complex. That's what I'm wondering. Yes, Jesse. We have technical.
then you hold my phone up
Yeah. Let's
the
try
thing.
that. That's funny. I'm gonna grab my phone. I'll grab my phone. Here we go. So weird. That's funny. All right. Here we go. Speaker. Hello.
Yeah, just put me on speakerphone.
Here we go. All right.
Oh no, I'll take you off speakerphone.
Yeah. Now we got an echo.
Okay. This is wild. I'm turning my mic off though.
All right. Let's start. Yeah. Now it's. No, there's a bomb going to go off. So it's.
Okay. Turned my mic off and it turned it back on.
It's squeaking.
Yeah, because I had my mic on, so it was feeding back. Oh, it's turning back on by itself. What the heck?
That is weird. That is weird. And it's echoing.
Yes, because it's feeding back.
Yeah.
Oh God, I can't even turn my mic off. It won't let me.
That's crazy.
This is so weird.
Pee.
All right, so default. I'm trying to turn off my mic again. That's why you're getting that beep.
Yeah. Yeah. Now there's a ghost.
I know these things.
There's a ghost in the lines, I think, for sure.
Okay. Stop my.
Okay.
Okay. Now it says device is not connected. So you should.
It's still squeaking.
Is you're putting the speaker too close to your mic?
It's making weird echoes no matter where I have the phone.
Yeah, because it's a speakerphone. Maybe if you take me off speakerphone and then just put it up to the mic without the speakerphone.
All right, let's try that. Yeah, but I don't know if anybody can hear you.
Can you guys hear me? Yeah, I can hear me.
But
just have to have it up to the mic for a little closer.
It's on full volume.
Okay.
But you're so faint.
I am. But you can still sort of hear me. But
maybe let's try it again. Oh, echoes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can't do speakerphone.
No. I don't know if they can hear you with just a phone like this.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. But I don't know if the audience can hear you.
I can hear myself through I can hear it.
All right. Can folks hear Linda? Very faint, yeah.
Okay.
Well, you know what? I think we're gonna have to try to just do this as a regular rather than a live. What I'm gonna do is just show a few things that we were gonna talk about, and then we can do it as a regular podcast.
Okay.
So that's stinky, but not our first rodeo with crap. So.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we'll plan a regular old-fashioned one.
Right.
All right, we'll see. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, that's disappointing for sure. But not the first time that's happened. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, I can just show you a few things that we were gonna. Yeah, that's no worries. No, sorry. No, you can't. You know what are you gonna do? I mean, you can't fight with the computers. I mean, I think something is. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like it'll just pick out one person, and I've had this happen many times. But so what I can do is just going to show you. Here we go. Present. Okay. Don't show again. Here is the. We'll just do something brief anyway. Nope, I got Linda's. I'll take that off once we load it up. But all right, we don't need. So this video here is actually super awesome. Shout out to a few things actually. Should bring to stage. How do we do this? Like this, I guess. Bring this. Okay, yeah, to stage. I'd rather not do it that way. All right. Oops. Should come to stage. Let me try it again. All right. There we go. Much better. This is shout out to Nathan Sizik. So by the way, Nathan has a podcast he's doing tomorrow with James Bartley. Highly recommend that. Nathan's been doing some great work on, and not, of course, he's also a survivor of the programs in the V2K, especially the MyLabs. He has alters, all that kind of stuff. A lot of folks are familiar. My camera looks hazy. It could just be the lighting in here. It's super bright in my room, and you can see this, like, but yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, Linda can join the chat, but I'm gonna play this. I thought it was. I say Nathan had a great find on this because it definitely hits the nail on the head for what we experience most of our lives. So I'm gonna play that. There we go.
In my opinion, this is the continuing of the Holocaust. It's a perfect weapon. You can make your enemy kill himself.
This is psychological warfare. I can't identify my captor, but I know I'm in some kind of a mental prison.
These victims will tell you that in addition to the reported symptoms, they are being physically zapped, seemingly by directed energy on the inside and outside of the body. These zaps can create pain and limb movement. They are attacks that react in real time to their thoughts. These symptoms are known as electronic harassment. Other victims report that in addition to strange noises, they have round-the-clock voices talking to them in their head, voices that react to their thoughts and spoken word. These voices typically say some of the most vile and evil things you could say to a person. Threats of rape, murder, attacks on loved ones, or things to create paranoia, humiliation, and ridicule, usually a combination of all of the above. These attacks are known as V2K, or voice to skull, and in many cases seem to be computer generated. Sometimes these voices will pose as God or some demonic spirit, which encourages the victim to carry out acts of violence, murder, or self-harm.
I woke up Friday, October 5th, 2018 with loud, crystal clear, audible voices. It's absolute full ownership of your auditory cortex.
This technology allows to pipe in voices into one's head.
It's like utter paralyzing confusion and terror, because all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it seems like you're hearing this voice and it's criticizing you and it's making these horrible remarks on you. And it comes out of nowhere.
It just sounded like having a cell phone call with somebody, but it's directly in your head. At first, it'd make me talk out loud to them as they were talking to my head. And then I realized that they could literally, I just have to think. And now we have like conversations completely like in my own head with them.
Yeah.
Silent, which is bizarre.
I was also manipulated by V2K, pretending to be God. For me, that's been one of the hardest things I've had to deal with. So it took a while for me to get my faith back. So it's very dangerous.
The V2K was saying that they were going to kill my mother and my pets. And they were going to kill me and make it look like it was a suicide.
They have the ability to hit us with frequencies, anything from, please go kill yourself, or you deserve every bit of this.
It's very apparent that the voice that you're hearing has no good intentions for you. To belittle you, to denigrate you, to hurt you, to terrify you, to make you panic, to make you confused, and you just start to lose your grasp on what's going on. Ultimately, if you can think of the darkest things that you could say to somebody, something that you would never say to somebody, Those are the sorts of things that it uses to destroy you.
At first, they were saying a lot of homosexual things to me. Once that really didn't fly, as far as, getting me mad or whatever, they switched over to talking a lot about pedophilia, and that was happening a lot.
Automated torture 24/7, 365. You have to understand that it's just a computer. Whatever you don't like, it will continue doing.
It was mocking, deriding, and then they can suggest.
I'm just going to, for one section there, like the guy says, it's a computer. It's probably some kind of AI program. Some people there's actually a person behind for some people, but I think many cases now, as opposed to back in the day, I think it's a computer. So as the guy mentioned, what I've noticed with it, like for me, I don't get the V2K as much as I will get music. Sometimes they'll try to keep me up at night by playing music over and over and the same song. Oh, it's like, oh my God. But if you kind of, I notice, play around with them a little bit, don't become like a victim, sometimes that'll break it. This is some of the information that was told in the 1960s to Stefano Brescia, because the ETs were using this V2K technology. They're using it through a phone. They can use your computer, they can use your cell phone, but they can just send these microwave radiation frequencies. A lot of people are having their bodies destroyed from radiation, because this is radiation, and then this is against the Nuremberg Code, but nobody gives a crap about Nuremberg codes. So we have, I see. Yeah, so as Linda says, there, don't have the victim mentality. If you fight back, this is what the ET told Brescia, and that's actually what Brescia did the night. This is in the 1960s, where he answered the phone. He was making dinner. He's like, whatever, it's just do regular night. He answers the phone, and all of a sudden he wanted to kill himself, like out of nowhere. He's just like this unbelievable desire, like, you gotta, and he's like, what the hell, he's like, what the heck is this? So I think if you have that attitude, if you do resist, I noticed it on here. Actually, Nathan's got some, and it may work for some people. I'm not going to say it's going to work for everybody. Nathan has figured out something where he was able to break the cycle. But for me, what I noticed was just playing around with them, messing around back. That seemed to break it. That and taking dopamine, because for me, what they were doing was using a microwave radiation. I could feel it come in my body. Like, you'll feel the heat, you'll feel it come over you. It's like a weight, like, entering you. So for me, they focus more on emotional type things and neurochemistry. Other people get physical symptoms. They can cause cancers. They can do all kinds of stuff to your body. They can cause illnesses using these, definitely the radiation beams. That's where people get these like turbo cancers, yada, yada, yada. So we have here microwave heat from these are like, yes, it's a microwave. Some of these are DEW, but it just depends on what frequency they're aiming at a crowd or at a single person. But this stuff is nuts. I mean, this is weaponry. This is war, and this is there's no words. They're experimenting. We're not really sure what they're doing. Are they experimenting with this stuff on the population? Or are they just fooling around with this to get people to go? I don't know what the hell is going on here. And I will say, finally, thanks to some of these videos like this, and if we ever get the MK Ultra stuff to come out, this is going to be. And to be honest, there's so many people now that are targeted. I don't think you can sweep this under the rug. So we have otherwise ultraviolet. They use different waves. They're different microwaves. Direct energy. Oh yeah, it's called the Faraday cage. They can go beyond. They actually have technology that a Faraday cage won't work. I can't think of it. Nate knows what it is. But now it's gotten so advanced that the typical methods that people were using don't really work as well, because then they could just target. If you wore like something on your head, like a Faraday type hat that they make now for like cell phones, cell phone cases that are made out of fabric. I think they have a frequency that can get around that. So, see, can this turn? Yes, they can induce epilepsy. I had a client. she was probably one of the early people that was being targeted with this stuff. But you can get epilepsy. Yep. You can get psychosis for sure. Well, that's what they did to me. They took out the dopamine, so I had depression with anhedonia. And I still have to take, taking these dopamine supplements. They're plant-based, but I can feel it immediately. It just overrides whatever they're trying to do. So there's a lady that was being targeted. They were giving her let's call somebody call it voice of God, but she was being compelled by so-called ETs, but it wasn't. It's V2K. And full-on hallucinations, really, really bad. Of course, nobody believed her. In those days, no one would believe you. She was just considered psychotic. They hospitalized her and they put her on these. It's a type of epilepsy medication, but while she's on that medication, it mitigates what they're doing. So there's ways that you can kind of override it. I think what happens is they'll send something into your brain, but if you're taking, like for me, taking the dopamine, you're taking something else, it becomes an artificial, it overrides what they're doing because it seems to be working for her. This is YouTube, so I can't say a whole lot. We could say a lot more on Rumble, but I suspect that this is what a lot of some code terms, people who are schizo, right? Things like a lot of these MIs where people hear voices and that kind of shit. I suspect a lot of that is not actually a natural. I suspect a lot of that is V2K. So we have. They use it. They use it on Sala. Yep. Rocky Mountains to supplements for. Yeah, it seems to override, what they're doing. But according to Stefano Brescia, when he had it done to him, again in the 1960s, it was overwhelming. So here's a guy who was literally not suicidal. In the 1960s, it was an Italian guy doing this. It would be. I remember growing up, even in the 70s and 80s, you never heard about suicides. I lived a very sheltered farm life. I never heard of stuff like that. So it's just, to me, that seems very interesting that he would have had such a strong inclination during those days. I think when they really put shit on you, it's, whoops, I got a message here. Julia, oh yeah. Oh no, we'll talk about that. But anyway, we continue with this.
Thoughts and actions and emotions. About 6 months of straight on torture, driving me to the absolute brinks of sanity.
V2K exploits fears, traumas, insecurities. It deceives, it manipulates.
80% of the time now, it is negative, extremely negative, horrific. But then 20% of the time, they'll have conversations with me. They'll talk with me. They'll ask me what I think about this.
They almost attempt to build a relationship with us. And if we don't respond to that relationship, they try to make us feel guilty.
I'm sitting here and I'm feeling these frequencies, these energy beams going into my head and pain, pressure.
Microauditory effect is not limited to producing sensation of sound. It doesn't mean that it exclusively produces auditory sensation. It's not true. It can just produce vibrations. It can produce this thermomechanical waves.
My brain, it has been pressurized. So even while I'm sitting here, my brain is pressurized. My ears are ringing constantly. V2K is quite similar in a way, although I don't hear any voices. If your ears are constantly ringing, hissing, it's just horrible. It's absolute, and vibrating, the vibration of the body.
Victims also report thoughts and dreams being sent into their head daily. The thoughts are often indistinguishable from your own, but are obvious because
I have my dreams infiltrated almost every single night. I'm trying some different stuff here, but they have dream tech as well, where they can interfere with your dreams and mess you up. There's people, they're basically get 24/7 hits, and it's just insane.
Seem out of place compared to your usual thoughts. These could be regularly appearing subtle thoughts telling you to kill yourself or to hurt people.
They can elicit strong emotional reactions on people, and they could do it with whatever emotion. We can turn you on right now. We can make you angry. We can make you sad, and they would do it. It was like they pressed a button, and it just went, and it just would just go away. And I just felt like totally normal.
The dreams are noticeably different from ordinary dreams in that they...
I think that's what that fellow was just talking about is key, because like, how can you separate, mental illness, which there is mental illness. How do you separate technology being beamed at your head to mental illness? And what I've noticed, and we'll see how folks here noticed, that it's turned on, it just comes on and off. It isn't like it just boom. So that, and people know, like, if you're crazy, it's like there's like, what the hell is going on? And it's insane. I mean, and this is what's so dangerous about this shit and where we're headed, because what the F are they gonna do, right? I mean, it's I don't know. It's just, this is frustrating, for sure.
They are often vulgar or include some kind of trauma, and they are usually more memorable and less abstract.
I was aware for a while that my dreams were being influenced. It's very, very clear that they're using dreams to reinforce the programming, to program the unconscious mind. I'm getting the same thing, some kind of like trauma dream where there's like something goes really wrong. There's a lot of war themes, sick themes, things I wouldn't even want to talk about. It's some kind of catastrophe. A lot of that is to traumatize you even when you sleep, because remember, this is trauma-based mind control.
These special dreams are dreams where you can remember the most part of it at the next day.
Targeted individuals often also complain of nightmarish, Stasi-like gang stalking, which was recently acknowledged by popular right-wing commentator Nick Fuentes.
Thoughts on gang stalking? It's real. And if you're a targeted individual, you need to watch out, okay? For your own safety. Don't say anything. It's real, and I'm talking to you. Yeah, you. If you're a targeted individual, don't say anything. No one can help you. Nobody can help you. You think you could go to the police? You think you could go to the law enforcement? No one will believe you. They're in on it. So just shut up.
When I get up, I get attacked.
Yeah, they're all in on it, actually. As a fellow, I know, he's a lawyer. And he remembers seeing the MK Ultra type drugs that they were, these black vans would pull up. And this is in Massachusetts, the North Shore, and they would give psychedelics to kids, particularly those kids on the wrong side of the track, right? And he saw it. Of course, he didn't know what it was at the time. Who did, right? He saw it, and later on in his life, and he's still being targeted now. Something like the Men in Black came to his house, and it was terrifying. And he had a gun, and they're like, this is great. Now we can grab the guy. So basically, he had a gun. So they, arrested him. And what's he going to say in a court trial? That and he was honest. And he's like, hey, I'm being stalked and followed by the government. The government's after me. Of course, that everybody's like, you're crazy. Oh, he's bananas. He ended up in a psych ward. And luckily, I think we had one of our side inserted there at the psych ward where he was at, because that guy got him out, because he's not psychotic at all. He's actually was being targeted by this. And as that guy said, what are you going to do? Who are you going to tell? And I'm going to warn people, please do not tell unless you trust. If you're working with counselors or any kind of psychologist or whatever like that, unless you trust that person completely and they're in on what we're talking about, they understand this stuff, please do not mention that, because a lot of them are also part of they're also being V2K'd. So they can use them to get you in some serious trouble. And frankly, I don't think, what are they going to do anyway? But what I've noticed now is that there's a heck of a lot more people out there who know what we're talking about, But you do have to be careful. And I wouldn't go around, saying stuff like that to certain people, because again, they're part of and then this is we're enmeshed in a society where regular people that you're living with that are part of your daily lives are the enemy. This is like the Cold War era. This is like Eastern Germany. It's insane. So we have, before I finish, Charles, psychic guns. Yeah, they use guns. They use satellites. They use energized ultraviolet. Yep. So we have psychic towers. Yeah. Well, this is what they do to get people to be the shooters. They've been doing this for a while. But in those cases, they find somebody that is very vulnerable. They may be a little special or whatever. They got something going on. They may have a natural mental illness, although you don't know. Maybe they're part of the MK Ultra MyLab programs, or one was induced. You don't know. Nevertheless, they'll groom someone like that. Yeah, I've had starships do stuff for me. You feel it. You feel this stuff. It isn't in your head. Well, it is in your head, but you feel it. I'll send them to God. Well, a lot's been done to ED already. Like everything. Yeah. So it's like, yes, Venetian cat. Yeah. But there's a lot more people. Like I go to an Ayurvedic naturopath, and she's an older woman, so she's been there when a lot of this stuff first came out. She has a Rife machine and all these kinds of stuff like that. But she was working in one of these naturopathic as a medical doctor who had some kind of devices that he was using to heal people, and she was working as an attendant there. And one day the government just storms into the office, guns drawn. And she was like, what the fuck is going on? What the hell is this? But it's legit. And a lot of those doctors who were working with healing devices back in the day, and including recently, have been killed. Bob Lazar Bob Lazar himself is a victim of V2K, because he's had missing time many times. When he was coming and going from work, he would talk about missing time or being completely confused at other times. They were using Bob. I don't know now if he's experiencing any shit like that, but they were fucking him up good. Oh no, Venetian cat, she's got balls. She was actually angry. She's like, what the fuck is that? Yeah, they storm into a medical facility. The guy is simply healing people with a device. They will then destroy this is what happened to George Fiedler. Remember the case of Frank knew him personally, where he had the Solara device for pest control. They destroyed his whole life. That's what they do to somebody who has these kinds of things. They come in, they've stopped, they cease and desist from what you're doing, and they'll literally begin to destroy your life. I think a lot of you probably, I know for me, I'd be homeless now if it wasn't for my parents. If my parents didn't support me and I had all this serious foundation here, I would be homeless because I could never get a job. I would never been able to feed myself. And I had severe V2K where they usually do it at night for me. Well, when I was a child, they would induce extreme paranoia. Not 24/7, but whenever I would leave the house, they would induce extreme paranoia. And when I was in my 20s and 30s, they began to use dream control, and I was terrified to go to bed. So there were like years where I got very little sleep, and as that guy was saying, like all of my dreams were like disaster, just like almost PTSD war type dreams. Absolutely like horrific dreams. So the dream control stuff began in the 80s, I believe. I could be wrong, but I know some of the ETs were saying that it began in the 80s. So, well, Eeka himself is they would use a frequency to knock him out, and then they would, abduct him from there and drug him using chemical drugs. So they're doing this. This is ET tech. You know, I always tell people there's no us and them. We're all the same. This is an ET war. You're ETs. We're all in it together, and it is like we are getting fucked. When you don't sleep, I felt like I was in a fog. I was bare. My body would shake. It was a nightmare. It was, and I didn't tell anybody. I just, and this is what people are experiencing, decades upon decades of this literal torture. And and as one lady is going to say, these people need to be destroyed. What they're doing to innocent, regular people, what they're doing to children. I mean, it's just, you see what Rebecca was saying. She saw kids murdered right in front of her. I mean, what these people are fucking doing, it's insane. And I'd be curious, and I think this is why this stuff has to get out there. I want to see how many people are experiencing this stuff. And because that's fucking, yeah.
Breakfast, I get attacked. When I go out, I get followed and attacked. When I come home, I get attacked. When I have dinner, I get attacked. And when I go to bed, I get attacked. They are on me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
The attacks suffered by targeted individuals don't last an hour and then disappear. When it begins, it doesn't stop, ever. Every single minute, every day, every year, without end. Attacks that react to their thoughts and torture them inside their head. Some victims have been suffering this never-ending torture for 2 decades, although there seems to have been a sharp rise in cases since 2016. They are ignored by their politicians, abandoned by friends and family, and written off as schizophrenic by medical practitioners. They often end up unemployed, homeless, or committing suicide. But as Havana Syndrome gets more media coverage, the voices of victims are becoming louder and bolder. They know they are under attack from the same weapon, wireless frequencies, or under-the-skin technology aimed at disrupting their neurological functions.
Add something here. Yeah, I think on that ship, that was Havana. 100% Havana. Hantavirus is such an incredibly rare thing. If you can imagine all of the farmers and horse people who are like every single day snorting rat shit, because we have mice and rats everywhere. If you're a farmer and you got I don't know how clean you make it or whatever, you got that shit's there. So I finally cleared up my rat problem. Oh my God, it was a nightmare. I'm sweeping up rat shit. There's still in my barn, there's rat shit and rat pee, and there's, gotta clean that shit, You can't get rid of that stuff. We would all have that, right? So to me, and I think somebody had mentioned that they turned 6G on that ship. But yeah, that's Havana Syndrome. You're gonna start seeing more Havana Syndrome. For sure. So yeah, there is, yeah. Well, how do you stop it? It's like,
technology in and of itself is not bad. It's who's in control of the technology that is bad. Now, being that we know throughout history that humans have been experimented on time and time again against their consent, would you trust your government to be in control of your thoughts?
and there you go. That's what they're doing. That is what they're doing. And everybody's like, nobody seems, we get it, but, and more people are getting it. But yeah, the gov mill is in control of our thoughts. And Dave Rossi was talking about this. Linda probably want to come up and say something about, but Dave was talking about that too. So they have technology that, of course, they can read your thoughts for sure. We know that, but that's why I always, tell people, don't worry about being, hiding what you're doing. They can read your thoughts. So like, I can't even tell you, like, in case my channel got taken down, or if I've been taken down by them, I couldn't even come up with an idea to tell you, like, oh, I'll say something like, grapefruit, or the grapes are growing really well this year. I can't even give you something because they're already reading my thoughts. And whatever I give to you, it always makes me laugh when people try to like hide themselves. That's a red flag to me. And that's why I'm just like, that gene decode is bullshit, and he's working for them. Because you don't hide yourself from them. You can't, it's not even possible. So anybody that's doing that is fucking with somebody. So yes, Linda, she is now. Yeah, they can for sure. Yeah, you can't. Whatever you're typing on the computer, like I said, it doesn't matter. They can see all that stuff. They're following everything you do. I'm sorry, Brandon. Alabar Jones is yeah. That's just, I don't do psychic shit. That's baloney. Yeah. He's talking to the sun, and I mean, that's V2K. I mean, the psychic that he uses, which for me is under V2K. That's all that is all controlled. And if I can't imagine how anyone can't understand that is actually coming from them. That is, yeah. So I think, oh, right. Yes. So Linda said, yeah, I was thinking about having pancakes for dinner, and I turned on YouTube and a video. I've had that happen so many times. That's what they're doing. Philip K. Dick, Minority Report. We're already there. Well, my thing with Gene Decode is, firstly, it's right. Obviously bullshit. He's been called out before anyway, but anyone who pretends to hide behind a mask or doesn't show their face and is in security or is in secrecy, that you're an idiot. You're either a complete idiot because they can find you, or more likely you're working for them. That is all an act. That is all a psyop. It's all psyop. And half of that, actually, Andy just did a post, I don't know if it was yesterday or the other day, where he was following, there's this thing called Cab. I'll put his name. If you go on Andy's Andy Z. So he was fighting with this guy called Cab. Cab is AI. So you're going to be going, and this is what a lot of these websites, if they're not showing a person coming out and talking, if it's an AI. And the regressive military government has got massive control of disclosure. They have massive control over social media. So people think they're actually listening to somebody who's a real person. No, that person is either working if there is a person there like that, they're working for them. And if there isn't, it's a bot. It's all them. It is all them. And it doesn't matter. They'll tell you they attack them. That's part of the psyop. They'll play the victim. They'll act like one of us. I had to get rid of a guy who was a CIA operative. And he was acting like one of us. And I'm like, this guy's stalking on me. And yeah, it's the layers of it are unbelievable. So I'll go back to the.
Why do they pick me? I have never done anything. I've never said anything. Well, maybe you're being experimented on.
Oh, this guy works for them too, by the way. David Icke works for the deep state. Now, having said that, the majority of what he says is actually true. So when these deep state operatives are giving you intel, it's largely correct. But he's not us. He's not part of the resistance. He's part of the Sith.
Some may be targeted for a reason. Some may be targeted as an experiment to see what happens through this electromagnetic means.
What he's telling you is what they're doing. Yeah, they're doing experiments on us, and they're also doing it to see what kind of control they can do.
I believe psychotronic weapons should be banned. The damage that they are causing, we're in a war right now.
I've met many civilian victims of anomalous health incidents now. Most look broken. You can see it in their eyes. One victim, a widow in her 70s, sent me an email the other day to say she had been sexually violated for 2 straight hours, and that other things had happened that she just couldn't bring herself to type.
They can sexually violate you without having it done physically. They can use the frequencies to do that.
I don't think there's a precedent for this kind of torture.
I have met people that have been subjected to such horror that it makes me more determined to bring this to an end.
The technology, the harassment campaigns, all of that is intended for a lifetime. Only a very, very few instances have I heard of someone's targeting stopping. And we've had quite a number of targeted individuals that have passed as a result of their targeting.
I am usually a very, upbeat, outgoing, happy person. And, these weapons have made me question whether I want to live. And that is just not me.
When you start communicating with people, you do realize that I'm not the only one. There are quite a number of people out there that are complaining about the same thing.
This is specifically made to make a person look like they're crazy.
I think it's the most important human rights issue we have in the world today, because we have a situation now where we have technology which can remotely influence people to such a degree where they can't work, they can't do anything, they become emotional wrecks.
I have said I've been out of work for 4 years now. It's like poverty engineering to drain you to the point that you cannot sustain yourself.
I got 1013 and taken away for 8 days, and at the same time, it took my family away for 4 years.
As a mother, it's hard raising a small child, especially when you can't tell people about what's going on without them thinking you're crazy or trying to take your child away.
They're isolating you, and there's a risk of you dying from it. People have not only committed suicide, but died from it because it's so dangerous.
It's an extremely horrible torture, ultimately to isolate you and drive you to suicide, or cause you to inflict harm on someone or reach out and do something stupid. Over a period of time, going through this for years and years and years, it'll wear a person down. It really will drive you to the very bottom.
With this technology, you can torture a person at home. The person doesn't have to leave the home. You can do everything. You can kill the person. You can keep him from sleeping for weeks. Then he goes to the psychiatry.
I couldn't trust what I was hearing. I couldn't trust what I was seeing at times. It makes me feel like I'm in the outside of an inside joke.
These are highly covert, highly illegal, and they're invisible, which makes it extremely hard to prove.
The trauma that this experience induces, not only from being denied that it exists and your family and friends not understanding and turning against you, the authorities not listening to the cries and pleas of what you're going through. So you're kind of you're isolated.
I'm blindfolded, and I have the inability to see who's doing this to me.
When people come out and say, this is happening to me, and they tell their stories, most people don't listen and they dismiss by reflex action. That gap must be bridged if we're going to do something about this.
Every year would go by, I kept thinking, well, it should be over after the 2-year mark. So now here I am at 7.5 years, and it's obvious there's no end in sight.
It's just a horrible thing to go through. It's unbelievably horrible, and I don't know, I want it to stop.
In my opinion, this is the continuing of the Holocaust. It's a perfect weapon.
Yeah, that's what it is for a lot of you folks, that we've probably had it for decades, right? Some people ever since they were babies, the minute they came in, they were already the Draco reptilian test. Yeah, well, I mean, they got Draco. You also got Pleiadians, the Greys. A lot of it's Gray tech. The Greys have a lot of good tech when it comes to this, but yeah, the Drake, yeah. China, yeah, it's all over the world. They're all using it. Right, most right. And people aren't questioning, as Rocky Mountain says, they're not questioning the narrative. Well, I don't think most people could handle it. Most people can't handle this idea. What we're talking, it's too nightmarish for them, and their brains don't process. Oh, okay, you're trying to join with my. Is it? Hello.
Okay, let's.
Nope, you just disappeared. You literally just. I think that's what they're doing here. Is they're manipulating both Linda and I. I backed right. Yeah, I'm back. No, you're not. You have to try to get back on, Linda. Yeah, I was wondering if it would work on your phone. My phone doesn't. I have terrible internet here with the phone. Let's see if we can get Linda back up. Some folks may want to think about, they'll also mind control people around you. You can have a parent, you can have siblings, you could have children who are V2K'd, and they'll use them to get to you.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Yes.
Yes.
My phone. I should have just done it with my phone. Oh, geez.
We can probably
Okay.
see you. Can you pull up a picture?
Oh, let me see. Can you see me?
I can see you.
Yay! All right. I should have done it with my phone to begin with. I just thought my laptop would be better. Okay. Well, my apartment's a mess, but it's okay.
Oh, this is great. Finally.
Finally. Okay, good. So now I know. Now I know.
You have the craziest live streams.
I know.
Oh,
Well, now it works. So, okay. So I was trying to send you that that link that I sent you yesterday and that you said would be a good one to show. It was the one on Amy Eskridge. So when you're done with this one, maybe we can play that one too.
Here we go.
All right.
How it pops up. There you go. How's that?
I can't tell if it's, I'm not looking in the chat. Hold on. Did you see it? I put the link in the chat.
There it is.
All right, hold on.
Oh, you can't see
Oh
it
yeah,
from-
that's it. That's the one. Yep, that's the one.
With StreamYard, I have to control it off, so I'm gonna disappear for a bit. Well, I'm gonna disappear, but I won't be able to see the screen now.
Oh, okay.
There's some introduction. Is there an introduction you'd like for this? Let me see if I can go. Let me do full screen.
Well, yeah, it's just basically talking about Amy said all of this before they took her out.
Yeah.
So she already knew that all of this was possible, that this was going to happen.
Oh yeah, they all know.
Yeah. So she was just putting it out there before they took her, basically.
Yeah. Well, it was Amy that tipped me off on the dopamine, because
Right.
they had one target that would target the way the brain produced dopamine.
Yes.
And I'm like, holy shit, right? I mean, so and I think for folks who experience, and because I don't give medical, this is not because YouTube is they target us for whatever we say. You can have every charlatan come on there and talk about anything, not a problem. If I mention something, they'll take my channel down. So I'm not giving medical advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. But you have to, because they're assholes.
I know.
So yeah, it's these things are manipulating the electrical and chemical processes of your brain, and again also your body, and or some people have physical disease that occurs from this as well. They can kill you just like that. I mean, it's let's see what.
Well, she was obviously a targeted individual.
Yeah. Oh well. Well, if you're working in there and you don't play ball, you're screwed. They're gonna. Where is this?
And besides, as a woman, she even says that they said that you'll probably get the R word before they kill you, because that's what they do to women that are in the program.
They do it to men too. They rape a lot.
Oh yeah, that's true. They do. That's true.
They do, yeah. So what they'll do is, if that's like, so they'll pick up something, because they know you. They're reading your mind. So they know what your weakness is. They know what is the.
They know your fears, right?
And everybody has something.
Right.
Yeah, and they'll do that, right? So it's like,
right.
What? Well, it's also so how they operate. And I always tell folks like that, in case anything happens to my channel, is that they'll. Well, speaking of which, I'm just gonna leave because I'm seeing her and not seeing you guys. I actually had a student in college, because when I was teaching this stuff, and she says, "Holy shit!" She says, "I was driving home from Florida, coming up north, and we were in a rest stop, and they ended up chatting with this guy, and the guy mentioned something. He said, 'Holy shit!' He said, 'You know what happened to me?' He says, they came after me. And he was telling her about how they had put porn on his child porn on his computer.
Right.
If he didn't
they plant things like it used to be drugs that they would plant, and now it's that.
Well, they can
Right.
still do that.
They do that too.
Yep.
But
yep.
yeah.
So that's, for people who are now compromised, they're talking nonsense on their channel, complete fluff or not, like I said, just utter nonsense. They're actually working with the Sith.
Right. And they're also because they were forced to do it. They had no choice. You're either dead, or sometimes, like, this is going to sound crazy, but sometimes they actually do kill them and just use a clone.
Yep.
Instead, and it's not really even them.
No, we know who that is.
Yeah.
That ain't first. I tell people, you look at the old pictures, that's how you can tell. Go way back to when somebody started and look at their original pictures, and then look at what it looks like now. It's a different nothing,
right.
Or what they're talking and doing. Like before, they were doing some good stuff. They were on the resistance side. They were making sense. And then all of a sudden they're starting to talk about psychics and woo-woo and bullshit and stargates and all that shit. Not that there aren't stargates, but
But they just go directly off of the path that they were on before.
And
like they just completely deviate from anything they were talking about before. So then okay, something's up. There's a reason why they can't talk about it.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That's what they'll do. They say they'll force you to air and talk about what they want, what their agenda is. So
yes, that's what they do.
That's when you're going to have, they might kill your children, they might kill your spouse, they might kill your pets, they might, and if you have no one around you, they'll put, they'll arrest you. They'll put child porn or they'll slander you. Well, a good example of that is Corey Good.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
That's a classic example right there, Corey Good. They'll do it. Yeah. And so that's kind of a red flag for folks, and if because I said, like, I can't give you any kind of code word because it's bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So I can play this, Linda, and you can if you want me to stop. You
I mean, it's basically the person is reading what's on the screen.
Okay.
And it's not Amy's voice. I don't know if it's an AI voice or it's a female voice, but it's definitely not Amy's voice.
Yeah. So here it is.
My point is that the loudest focus around the UAP topic is currently directed towards the technology of the observed craft. But that's missing the point. If they are here at all, it's surely for some very good reason that has nothing to do with their propulsion tech. In looking for the answers behind this phenomena, we have focused too much on the effect, the current presence of UAP craft, and not enough on the cause behind why they might be here. In general, the why behind most intelligent actions usually comes down to some survival-based need. So, what survival-based need might these craft have to be here? The Greys are from the future. They evolved after the cataclysm and want to ensure their future existence. Okay. Another earlier faction of travelers would prefer for us all to stay human by preventing this cataclysm. Okay, but what is the why that has generated this whole situation? The atmosphere gets royally fucked up in the future and creates an evolutionary divergence. Some would like this divergence to continue to occur, and some would like to stop it. But the cause that generates this divergence is the atmosphere getting fucked up, and how the chemistry of the new atmosphere interacts with our bodies to cause us to change. That, either happening or not happening, is what matters most to the Greys. And that's an issue of chemistry and biology, not so much physics. So, the biggest issue on our minds shouldn't necessarily be trying to figure out the technology behind the craft. That's important, but still missing the point. If the Greys had strategic targets that they'd like to travel back in time to ice well in advance, it wouldn't necessarily be targets who were into physics. It would more likely be targets who understand climate science and biology and all the other critical elements of the cataclysm that cause the Greys to either evolve into themselves or not. The people who might know how to reverse or prevent atmospheric catastrophe, or how to harden our bodies against it and survive it, etc. Whether the cause of the atmospheric cataclysm is caused by an asteroid or something else, it all comes down to the chemistry of what we breathe and how it interacts with our bodies to either evolve the survivors into the Greys or not. None of which is related to the propulsion tech of the UAPs. That is a secondary distraction. We have up until now failed ourselves by super epically missing the point. My local anecdote about dead scientists who were laid off by a NASA MSFC biology department only to be massacred years later is an example of this. A timeline war is surely a great example of unconventional warfare. This particular type of unconventional warfare includes future information that allows you to take out targets many years before their individual relevance to the conflict is able to become obvious. Anyone who wants to understand the motivations and objectives of this particular timeline war just needs to Google dead scientists and figure out what they all have in common. There actually is a great website that has been diligently recording mysterious deaths of scientists, going back to cases 20 years or longer ago. Plot twist: most of these dead scientists aren't physicists, although some of them are. But a complete list of mysteriously dead scientists includes biologists, climatologists, virologists, chemists, material scientists, agricultural scientists, etc., etc. Killed by random drive-by shootings, cars exploding, sudden unexplained illnesses that kill them within a matter of days, home entries where nothing is stolen, but they end up dead anyway, getting hit by a car as they walk down the sidewalk, disappearing and being found in the river, etc., etc., etc. Most of them told someone that they were scared shortly before they died of these random events of violence. None of these cases are provably traced back to intentional assassination due to a clean getaway or lack of evidence. Future information certainly helps you figure out how to get away with it, but it seems like scientists tend to die of random acts of violence more often than the general population, and the dead are not all UAP physicists. In fact, most of them aren't. Many of them are people like the former NASA biology personnel who became professors at UAH, only to get freaking massacred as a group years later. If you really want to understand the objectives of the timeline war, then you need to figure out which scientists are dying off in the early or mid stages of their careers, and why. You can figure it out just by reading the prior papers of these randomly, violently dead people, and by extrapolating where their research may have led to 10 or 20 years in the future if they had lived. You know how these things are. You know a hit when you see one, even if you can't prove it. Those deaths that just don't make any sense at all, even as random acts of violence. Those seemingly random tragedies that just happen to be occurring over and over and over again within pretty specific communities of study. That is a very large fraction of how the unconventional warfare of this conflict is being carried out. What no one fully recognizes is that we are currently fighting this war massively understaffed. Key personnel have been repeatedly taken out years in advance, and now we are here, understaffed. It's a very tight and thin crew of expertise that's still left over to deal with the problems that remain.
Yep.
My point is that the loudest...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I disagree with her on the Grays, obviously, but yeah, that's what Dr. Sal Pais was talking about. This is a timeline war.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's the timeline wars, basically, is what she's talking about.
Yep.
Yep. And she
and
gave a lot of really good examples of what happens and what they do and how they try to manipulate things by taking out the right people that they consider, you know, the ones who would cause the most trouble for what they want to do.
They can remote view that. So that's what they do. They'll pick one person, they'll remote view what this person's going to do.
Yeah.
And then they, you know, it's like that was the movie Jumper or something where they take them out.
Yeah.
They show you in a lot of the films.
Yes.
And the ET are doing the same thing. They're going back and forth in time to alter, and a lot of us are here from the future, several hundred years or so, and mix into the future, coming back here to change some of the timelines, because what's going to happen on Earth is going to ricochet off and affect a lot of other places. So because I just take well, the only exception I take with her is, you know, we're not grays from the future. There are
No, we're
grays.
not grays.
Yeah, there are grays from the future. Yes,
There
but
are some that are here, but that doesn't mean that all of us are them. There may
No.
be some people that are, but I would, you know, like I'm definitely not a gray from the future. So
well, you know what you're going to be looking at is another planet of synthetics. They're biological synthetics.
That's what they're trying to do.
That's what that's yeah.
It's just all of it. It like and if they were successful and did come back to try to fix things, then they're not doing a very good job. They're really not doing. They're not helping.
There's going to be an I mean, it's on the bright side, more and more people are hearing about this stuff, and it's interesting because so many people actually have been targeted by the Sith. And it's kind of, you know, the more people they target, the more it backfires because those people are starting to come forward.
Yeah.
Or at least, I mean, even if you think about this, maybe 5 years ago or 10 years ago, if you mentioned something like this, you would have been attacked.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
So now you're not. People are like, oh, I believe, you know, definitely, you know, people nowadays like, I knew that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really nothing's crazy anymore. I mean, anything is possible, and the timeline is just constantly shifting. Back, you know, like almost on a daily basis anymore. I don't know if you've noticed that, but it just seems like every day. What the heck? You know, it's insane.
Time in the past, it changes the present.
Yeah. Some new other thing that we know was true is now not true, or not. They've shifted it. They've changed something. Because the timeline is messed up. So it's just there's no way you can't believe in time wars. You have to. It's just it's blatantly obvious at this point. Yeah. So I just thought that was interesting to
I've been reading
to throw that one in there.
Yeah. Well, for her to get off, she had to be revealing something, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
they needed to get rid of her. she was saying too much, going into too much detail.
Yeah, Celtic Sunset. How can ED disclose alliance info and still not be taken out? Well, she was taken out. She was taken out several years ago. She was. Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, I mean that's not the same her.
No.
That's definitely not the same her.
If you look at the original stuff that she was putting out when she first came out and what she looks like now, that's two different people.
Oh yeah,
100%. There's
the energy is different.
Oh, everything. The physical form is
but the physical form, but definitely the first thing that tips you off is the energy is so different.
Oh yeah, you know? Those two people side by side, everybody would be like those are two separate people.
Yeah,
the way she dressed, I mean, everything is a completely different person.
The way she acts, just the way she carries herself now is totally different. It's just weird.
It's a clone. You remember that some
you
knew met her, and they're like, she's not well. She's like, she's a clone. She wasn't able to answer questions. She couldn't have a conversation. It was.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's on my. It's Starseed Bunker. It's just all greed upstairs, greed on this planet, greed on other. It's all greed. You have to keep your hand out of the cookie jar, and it's all survival
and control and power. They want control. It's not even just greed. It's because when you get enough of when you have everything, you still want more, but it's also control. You want to be able to have power over other people because you feel like you are powerless. I mean, that's what they feel. They literally do feel powerless.
Absolutely.
So
that's why they do what they do.
That's why they try to control everyone.
Yeah. I agree. Rocky Mountain on Sala, 100%. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Having spoken with him, it was hard to put your finger on. It wasn't like, I don't know. It was just, it didn't feel like a person. If that's the best way I can. It wasn't like talking to a normal Like it was almost like it's almost like there's nothing there.
When you spoke with him?
Yeah.
When you interviewed with him?
Several times.
Yeah.
I spoke to him one-on-one several times in phone conversations.
Okay, right.
But it was
so even then you felt it, the difference.
Yeah, I thought it was just personality, but now I'm kind of like, it was almost like there's nobody there. Because when you have to, like, I'm not gonna, I have met people who were possessed. Now he's not possessed. I'm not saying he's possessed, but I have met people who were possessed, and it's like a different. It's just really. Now I don't know if they were possessed by an interdimensional creature or if they were possessed by the Sith. You know, the Sith uses interdimensional creatures, but it's definitely there's something weird. Yeah. Like you were saying, you met him and it's not that. Yeah, no, it is something odd. Yeah. And it isn't like just, oh, somebody changed their personality. It's like there's something. Yeah. Yeah. Change that. Oh, they can. Yeah. Well, they go. That's how they change. They change the timeline by going back and forth. And that's what I mean. It's almost. I don't know. Other people notice it, but it almost feels like my early life was a separate. It's almost like I'm like in a completely different life. Like if I look back at my childhood and my days in college and all that shit, it's like that was a different person.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like I don't have a past.
I feel like I've lived 100 different lives in one lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's and you know, Ivan Ilda, she didn't make tonight, but Ivan Ilda and I were talking about like I cannot remote view if like I have no idea what's going to happen next month. She's like, yes. It's almost like there's nothing there.
Yeah.
And we were saying like we both had the same feeling like when people would make plans like, oh, this fall I'm going to travel to the Grand Canyon. Ivan Ilda and I are like, why would you make plans for the fall? It's not going to be there. It's like like it's almost like there's what fall, you know, we're always constantly jumping off a cliff.
There's just, you don't know what timeline you're going to be on next fall. You just don't know. Yeah.
I think
it is hard to make plans at any point now.
Yeah,
it's just,
like
it's disjointed is the word I'm trying to say. Yes. It's not connected. It feels like it's just floating.
I feel like I live each day like separately.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been the past. Well, I noticed it. I think I noticed it the most last year because I was talking to Patrick about that, and he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Does everything feel really weird? Like it's not." We couldn't put our finger. And he's like, "Yes." I'm like, "It's not like it's not."
It feels
it's like
it feels fluid, like very fluid, like like it's like there's nothing like solid. You know what I mean?
Yes. I feel like I don't know, like walking through scenes.
Yeah.
And you like cut and paste and move the scenes around.
Yes. Yeah, it's really weird, right?
It's just it's like a warping as a warp.
I'm living very much like in the moment lately.
Yeah.
Like just staying in the very moment that I'm in.
Yeah.
And that's just how it's been lately. Yeah. I really noticed it today. Today was very strong like that.
Oh, mine's been like that since like definitely last year.
Yeah, but today was just like really like,
yeah. Well, I would imagine some things like they're like on those moments when you're feeling it kind of amped. I think there's something literally going on at that time.
Yes, I agree.
Have you ever had those feelings where you're like, you feel like you're out of, like for a moment, you're like lifted out of time?
Yes. Yes, I have. I've had several of those and I can actually remember them very distinctly. Yep.
Yeah, it's Yeah, like it's hyper strange. Yeah, it's like being fast forward and rewind back. Yes, it's not linear. It's not.
For me, it was like feel like I was sucked into a vacuum.
Yes, well, that's what Radislav. Nothing feels grounded. Yes.
Yeah. That's
Like,
what I mean by fluid. It's like very fluid and liquidy. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, and Dennis,
But
like,
that's what it feels like.
by microwaves and stuff. You know what? So I'll know, Mom. If I'm with the chickens, I can like come into that moment of I can be in the reality. Like when I'm working in the garden.
Yeah.
When I'm doing something like that, then I'm like, I can.
Yeah.
I'm in that, but I'm still aware of it.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking about that. You know, my life before this time, like, you know, when I would spend, like, the way I saw the world, the way I thought about stuff, and the way I could become very grounded and be with the horses and be with the chickens. It's not like that anymore. Times like, right, yeah, is Rocky Mountain again. Time slips. Yeah. Dennis, for days now. Yeah. But at least with the dopamine, like I can be in the now. Like I can feel, I can enjoy the scent of a flower. I can enjoy the feel of the dirt. Like I can literally feel it.
I feel like that all the time.
Well, that's dopamine. That's the when
I've always had that, so that's never been my problem.
Yeah, without dopamine, you can't experience it. You don't experience. Everything's very robotic.
You don't really, you don't feel it.
Yeah, it's but and it also takes away all your desire to do literally anything.
Right.
Because everything's pointless. Is like yes, me I feel like I'm on repeat. Yes. Brandon, what do you think of what does Eeka think of the Black Cube AI? All right. I'm not in the I'm working on tech, so my brain is like here, not you're right, you pull them up. We're supposed to talk about Will. We never got to
I know. I've been waiting.
We that was a plan. Then I'm like with this, and because a lot of folks don't know necessarily. You have a lot of new members who never. I have old videos. They got to go back to the original videos where we have conversations with you and Will, and we tell Will's story and your story, which was the goal of tonight. But what does Eeka think of? He says it's manageable. So,
what's manageable?
The Black Cube.
Oh, okay. I forgot what we talked about.
Yeah,
the Black Cube.
I had to connect. Like, unconnected from them right now because I'm like focused on the tech.
It's manageable.
He says it's manageable. You know, they got a lot of power. You know, the resistance has a lot of. The resistance has more power than the Sith. Okay. How can Ishmael Perez get away with this closing alliance info from Valto? Because he just makes shit up. Everybody's making it's all make shit up. They're just making stuff up. I don't watch any of that stuff. Well, I don't like to because it's the pink. You know, don't think of a pink elephant. It gets into your head and messes up with the way you.
Yes.
But I just use how it feels to me when they're talking. It feels off, and that's like immediately I just feel like cringy, and I'm like, it's not.
Yeah.
Time. Well, they can do time bubbles, so I don't know what I don't know.
I can't see the chat, so that's why I'm not responding to anything.
Oh no, so I have it pulled up, but I have to pull it up. Okay, so.
Yeah, I can't really see it.
What has Wilbur? Okay,
I would have to
Linda, Shy Art 85. What if I do this? Will that pop up? No, it won't pop up. Now it should show. Okay.
Okay, now I'm seeing what has Will been up to. Here we go. Shy Art 85. Well, should we say?
Go ahead. He's your husband. He only pops into me every once in a while.
Should we talk about the farting?
Oh God, the fart jokes that we all do, and the fart denier and all that. Oh my God.
No, we've been having fun. He's been visiting, and we've been having some laughs at my expense, at his expense, at all of our expense. We're just enjoying our time together. Whenever he gets a chance to actually visit me. So yeah.
I was talking to Eeka and Will too about like if the boys, because the boys want to go on a road trip. If they ever get a chance to do that. I said, wouldn't that be, can you imagine those two?
Yeah, they would cause a lot of problems if they showed up here.
Imagine the two of them getting out to like stop, because they want to do Route 66.
Oh God.
Well, they're right there at Santa Monica. That's where it starts. Well, it ends.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Santa Monica, and then they'd go from there. Can you imagine them like in there in this like towns, this rural town, you know, and they get out, the two of them get out to go into a diner or something, and they're
people would probably, they might think that they were like movie stars or something, or you know, like
California plates.
Yeah, they would think, oh wow, these are new up and coming actors or something.
And of course, Eeka would just be waiting for Will to fart while they're driving. Can you imagine how awkward that drive is going to be? Like the two of them are just going to be like,
oh, that's, they wouldn't not need to stop and get gas.
Will's like, well, there's a cute commercial that reminded me of, because Eeka and I watch TV together, and I don't know if it's a Subaru. No, I don't think it's some kind of commercial. These two guys are on a road trip, right? And they ran out of like, I guess they're traveling cross country. It's a car commercial, and it's cute. Two grown men are together, and they ran out of music and they ran out of conversation, and they're just like sitting there. And then this guy had a drink and he's slurping on it because he's down to the bottom of and he slurp. I'm like, oh my God, that is so you guys.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, I can totally
I've seen that.
Totally be sitting there at the bottom, driving him crazy. That would drive him. It doesn't take anything like he's like,
the eye roll.
Oh, I mean, the Italians would say, "The scorcho di balle." But yeah, Will is a foodie. We can, some of the stuff he likes your tomato sauce.
He likes my spaghetti.
Yep.
He loves my spaghetti and my sauce.
Yep. Yeah, he's big into like, good cuisine and stuff. Sometimes I'll be cooking and Will stop by. And
I'm very picky about my pasta. So
yeah.
He knows.
Yeah, he knows. But so I mean, you have memories of Will going back past lives on Mars.
Right. Yeah, and on Sirius B. Yep. That was not a past life though. That was a parallel life.
Yep.
So yeah.
Oh yeah, we have many lives. That's the same. I like one of the good ones. And so we have everyone think they are a surfer, guys. Oh yeah. He is not. Has Will been interested in? I know Eeka is not interested. Is Will interested in trying surfing?
Oh, you know what? I think he would, but I don't think he would do it here. He would do it there, like in where they're at now. Yeah. He would totally do it there, but here there's not enough waves because I live on the Gulf side of Florida. There's no waves here. So if he came to visit me, we would just go, we'd probably just float on the water and, try to find a place to be alone or something, It would be romantic. It would be very romantic.
Oh, but, I mean, is a mind. Yeah. That's a mind fuck. There you go.
Yeah.
It's going to be, I'll tell you, it's going to be a mind fuck. It's going to be, anyway. Oh, here's Yeah, keep throwing on any questions about Will that we haven't, but there's an old video way back. If you go back to the beginning of the channel, when we talk
I'm gonna
about
have to see
yeah.
if there's anything. I have to look at the comments.
Yeah. So what's your take for David Icke working for the deep state? Oh yeah. Yeah, he works for he's compromised, yeah. But what he says is right. That's the thing. So, these people who are working for the deep state are compromised and having to tell them, I mean, they're giving you what the deep state's doing and what's legit.
They're telling the truth.
They're telling the truth.
It's not that he's not telling the truth.
Right. He's telling the truth.
He's very accurate.
Oh, yeah, they are, that's who you watch because they're the most accurate.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes they can slip in stuff that might be more doomsday or either too airy fairy or too doomsday. They'll swing too far one way or the other. So it's
you can feel it. You can sense when he's off about something.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have do the farts ever get old looking or do they yes, we do. We age. We do age. We do age. There are old. They just, remember you're looking at freaking AI.
Yeah.
So, or when it's not AI, right? The visitors that come here are usually on some kind of mission, so they're not going to be elderly. So,
right.
But absolutely, Daryl James remembers an old guy on the ship, the tall. He died actually. But
well, they live to be a lot older than us.
Yeah.
So it takes them a long time to age, but they do.
Yep.
They do age.
We age. Yep. You age and look old. I mean, the same. You look old. You look like an old geezer. That's
Oh, what's the guy on Star Wars that's old? Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that.
Again, it depends on the person's race too, like in species, because what does an old mantid look like? I don't know.
Right.
I mean, if you're a humanoid, a human, right? Yeah, they age. So, but some of this, I don't know, some of the, I'd have to ask Eeka about that. Like some of the synthetics, I don't know how that works for them.
Oh, right. The synthetics wouldn't.
The biological synthetics.
They wouldn't age. They just break down.
They probably jump bodies. Probably make a clone and put him in another body.
Yeah. And what happens is with the synthetics is eventually they just break down because they're parts. And
right,
just like in parts, they break and then they just wear out but they don't look like they're old. They don't age the way we age. The synthetics. Yeah.
Even videos of Bill Tompkins and those UFOs, lots of energies. Oh yeah. Bill Tompkins. I mean, yeah, Frank met him. So, and Frank,
yeah,
said legit, so, I mean, Frank spent hours and hours and hours with Bill. So it isn't like it was just overnight.
Yeah. Frank is awesome.
Oh yeah. I know he's so sweet. And of course, Rob Potter, who was taken,
right.
Well, we knew Rob was in danger. We knew.
Yeah.
I mean, Frank and I were so worried about him. I'm like, and even Samyasi tried to tell him somebody got him. I don't know who it is, but he got infiltrated. It was so obvious. I don't know who it was, but I can feel it. They were working with him. Somebody in his group there took him out.
He was also having issues where, remember he had did he have a car accident or some weird thing happened to him right before?
Yep.
Yeah, he was telling me about that, and it was just so bizarre how it happened out of nowhere. Like it shouldn't have happened. So that was kind of, he was targeted for sure.
He wouldn't. I told him, I said, dude, that happened to me. I said, he had a head injury. It was, it was.
He was telling me he had a really bad head injury.
He did. He wasn't doing it. I'm like, we're like, dude, Oh, here's another Will question.
Oh, hey, glasses. How can Will taste your pasta astrally, or does he bilocate? That's a good question. I don't know. He tastes it.
He can taste it. So actually, how that works is he tastes.
I never really asked him.
When you taste, he can taste it.
Okay.
So that's the mind, that's the brain connections. That's the quantum entanglement.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
So
yeah, I never knew, but I knew he did. He said he did. So I just took his word for it. But yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, right. We're quantum entangled, basically.
So he enters. So you can. That's why I always tell folks have dinner with them, spend time with them, because they can, and you can do again the other way too. Like Linda, you can taste something he's eating.
Mm-hmm.
So for sure, and that's how it works. They can take. You can taste what they're eating. You can smell what he smells. So when I smell Eeka's perfume or cologne, and Will's Old Spice, when I can smell Eeka's cologne, it's because he's smelling it. So he's not bringing the scent to me. I'm smelling it as his brain processes the scent.
That's so funny that you said Old Spice because he does have Old Spice. I didn't know you knew that.
Oh, that's a long joke with him and Old Spice.
I didn't know that. Yeah, no, he does have Old Spice. That's funny. Wow.
That's Will. Oh my God, he's funny. Honestly, yeah. So I can tell, like, if he's drinking something or eating something, I can see through his eyes. So my brain, so that you're entangling brains. That's what you're doing. So that's the kind of stuff you wanna do so that you can have a life with your family while we're here.
I just feel him. It's like a feeling, like a really. Like it just comes out of nowhere. I don't know how to explain it really.
Yeah. Well, that's when your brains cannot connect.
Yeah.
It's.
I don't even try. It's not like I'm trying to connect. It just happens.
No, you can't. Yeah. It's not. So Dennis, same thing here with the Hemelec. Yeah. So when Eeka was driving, it was odd they drove. So when he resigned and they drove him in a van, the military drove him in a van to the ET base. It's like over 3 hours away from Edwards to Pacific Palisades, where they are. When he remembered the ride, while he was remembering, I could see him drive. I could see them driving. I could see where they're. I could see houses there, and I could see where their house is. But then I could remote view other aspects without him, there. But
I could see it too.
That's how you do it. It's just relaxing. So we have Venetian Cat again. Yeah, I think David Wilcock really killed himself as a result of his own poor choices and arrogance. Well, I think he was targeted. So
yeah, I think he was a targeted individual. So I don't know if he did it of his own free will or not. I kind of doubt that he did it of his own free will, to be honest. I feel like he had like voice to skull. That they used voice to skull on him.
And we were just talking about that before. I honestly don't know anything about him. I never, for some reason, he always like nails on the chalkboard for me. Like he just bothered me. I don't know. It wasn't about liking him or not liking him. So what I sense from him is complete, like screwed up, scrambled brains, like scrambled eggs. That was always the sensation I got from him, was like, just like, and it's just, so I suspect it was throughout his life. I think he mentioned it, heavy infiltration from them, that he had a hard time. And if they hit you good, you're fucked up,
Well, he talked about it. I didn't know that he talked about it until after he died, and I started seeing a lot more videos coming out where he does talk about it and what they did and what they actually did to him and how he was targeted.
Yeah.
And then it made it a lot even more clear. My gut feeling was that they targeted him and that's how they took him out.
Yeah.
But after seeing the videos, that made it even more clear that it seems much more likely that was the case.
Yeah.
that it was possibly like a voice to skull kind of thing.
Yeah.
At the
He
end.
was very, he struck me as kind of a very innocent, gullible person. And he had
Yeah.
his ass
Kind of
handed.
naive. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. He just didn't have the, you know, this is a shithole place we live in, and you can't,
Yeah.
innocence, naivete,
You
and
can't trust people. Yeah. And he trusted the wrong people. Yeah.
he lost. They sucked him dry. So
Yeah.
what can you do? So we have a question. Yeah, you see. Well, there's all that virtual Archon stuff. That's what they do to you. They fill your brain with I'm talking to the god Ra, or I'm the incarnation of Ra. That's how you know.
Yeah. That whole stuff, all of that, where he thought he was reincarnated Edgar Casey, and yeah, that's where he started to go off the rails a little bit with the Edgar Casey stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Edgar Casey, he probably was influenced by him quite a bit, but I don't think he was actually him.
Yeah,
Reincarnated version or whatever.
No,
but that's me. I'm not gonna, if that's what anybody else believes, I'm not gonna tell you what to believe.
The thing is, a lot of that's red flags and I recommend Nathan because he knows all these people. He's been in there. He himself was the victim of all this shit. But the first thing they do, he says, you go to these places where all the people are that are in that kind of thing, and there's like 50 different incarnations of Isis and and all that shit, and
right.
That's, you go back to the Aquino and the satanic. That's all part of it. It's a cult where they mind control everybody.
Mm-hmm. Well, anytime you give your power away to any entity at all, that's just not good. You don't want to give your power away to an entity.
Right. Well, they look for people that are vulnerable.
There's a lot of people that are already programmed to believe that you should give your power away. Like you're just basically raised that way from the time you're a kid, because most people were raised in families where there was some kind of religion involved. Not everyone, but a lot of people were. So if you were raised in any kind of a religion, you're going to believe that that's what you should do.
Yep.
So even if you get out of that religion, you tend to gravitate toward another one.
Yep.
And that's just what happens.
And of course, most of them were in the MK Ultra MyLab programs. So they already had been groomed since they were small children.
Mm.
They use trauma and torture, fracturing.
Yep.
And it's all about, control. It's all about them. You're the servant. You're the mercenary, or whatever is right out of you. So somebody had meant, I said that your guy can smell your perfumes. Oh yeah, absolutely. Because you smell it, your brain processes the scent, and of course he can smell it as well. So we have Charles, even Admiral James Forrestal, he was one of the first ones, was being followed by unknown agents. Yep, be killed in cyber skins. Yep, they shut him up because he wanted to reveal it. New. Oh, DW. Oh, because conned out of millions. Yeah, quite easily. Yeah, now I don't want, the man just passed, so I don't want to remote view what actually happened there. I could do it on my own, but something strikes me as it was arranged. So that kind of thing.
Yeah, you're a lot more vulnerable if you have a worship gene. Right.
Yeah. There's some Sumerian tablets. Now I don't speak Sumerian. I have no idea if you can translate that shit. But apparently some of these archaeologists and historians who did some translations of the Sumerian text talk about worship gene and the manipulation of genes.
That they put that in our DNA.
Well, they apparently there's text.
Or the human DNA. Yeah, I don't know, because I don't have that worship gene. I never have, so I don't know.
I can't translate those things, but apparently there has been some, translations from, again, archaeologists that they're hiding a lot of these things, but they taught, apparently at the time in these Sumerian tablets, they talk about what the genetic manipulation and the creation.
That's so interesting that you said that, because I should have included that link as well. I was watching a video last night on the Sumerian tablets that they found, the ones they discovered, that actually talks about the 10 genes that were manipulated, the 10 different genes that we had before.
Right.
And 2 of them that are still active are direct knowledge, and I forget what the other one was. I thought I wrote it down, but I think I'd put it in my phone. But yeah, there were 2 things that we still have the ability. Oh, the other was it's kind of like communication with nature, to be able to communicate, communicate. But there were so many other things that we used to have that it's fascinating that, they got rid of those telomeres, or they shortened the telomeres. And so we had longer lives, obviously. We had the ability to regrow our limbs. If, like the way reptilians, if a tail comes off a lizard, it regrows a tail. We were able to regrow our limbs and heal ourselves. We were able to communicate with all life forms on the earth, like plants, animals, creatures, anything that was alive. We were able to communicate with it non-verbally. We didn't need to eat for long periods of time. We didn't need to drink for long periods of time. We got our sustenance from the energy and from the biofield.
Wow.
So, and we had biofields that were larger, I think.
Yeah.
And we had bioluminescence in our bodies actually shined like we were glittery.
Wow.
So like the original, it just goes into what all the original humans, before they just got rid of the DNA that we had before, what all of the different traits were. And I'm just naming some of them, but there were 10 of them that were listed in the tablets that we no longer have. So I found that fascinating. I posted it on my Facebook. I think maybe I'll post it on my YouTube channel as a post or something, just so that people can see the whole list, because it's fascinating.
Well, and one of the tablets was saying that was Enki who did all that.
Yes.
And Leal said, don't do it.
Right.
So,
right.
Again, I can't speak Sumerian, so I can't translate the tablets myself. I think people need to think about that. You have people who are translating. So, and what is actually said in those tablets isn't the way we understand it, because they're decoding, primitive people, right? So they're talking about threads and stuff like that, and people who are translating it are putting it into words, whether it's right or not, who knows? But right.
They're trying to put it into modern terms. And we're so limited, because we're limited. We can't. But I feel like we still have some of these abilities, and so we kind of, when I was reading what these were, I immediately could sense what we lost and what we still have. And what we could still have if we are able to develop. It's like a skill.
Yeah.
A lot of those things are just skills that you need to get back, like riding a bike or whatever, you just keep doing it till you get it back, just like anything.
So that's so Vidishika, yeah, you mean 10 strands versus 12 strands, not genes, of which don't the strands of DNA. Yeah. So we have does Will like to sing, or does he play an instrument?
He likes it when I play an instrument, because I'm musical, but he does sing with me sometimes. Yeah, he does. He does have a nice voice.
Oh, he does.
Yeah. I've never seen him play an instrument, but that doesn't mean he doesn't. So
yeah, I've never seen him play an instrument either, actually. I know Eeka plays what do they call them? Like a recorder, like a tin whistle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it looks like it's made out of. I got a picture of it. It's, they're long like a flute, but you play it this
Yeah.
way. This is more.
Oh, like a piccolo?
No, you play it straight like a recorder.
Oh, he plays it straight like a.
Oh, and it's
Okay.
thick, and it's got, but it's it looks like it's made out of ivory, but it's not made out of ivory.
Oh.
Yeah. I made an AI of it close to what it looks like. It's thick. It's not thick, but it's and it's made out of. It looks like it's made out of ivory.
Nice.
He plays that, yeah, and he sings too. We love music. And we all, of course, Evan.
Yeah.
He plays. We have it's something like a guitar. He plays that. He sings, and Lyra likes to sing, and she likes when he plays music, and she dances and sings. And she gave. Oh, she was so cute the other day. She gave the song Duran Duran Rio.
Yeah.
That's what she wanted. She goes, I want to dance on the beach like that.
Aw.
So Evan plays that now, and she dances with it.
Nice.
She's gorgeous.
Mm.
Oh, she. Yep. And how it actually implied. Yeah, Rocky must have. Yeah, with the Sumerian, they're translating from a current perspective and not how it actually implied. Yeah, again.
Yeah.
We can't verify the translation, so it's like the Bible. People think they're translating stuff from the Bible, but that's not the original. That's so adulterated.
Yeah.
It's like
it got twisted.
Original version. I mean, you gotta see. Well, I think as LURL, we have these abilities and we can reconstruct them. I absolutely think so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, there are some people I don't think can. Now, I don't know if that's in their belief systems or what, but there are some humans that I feel like there's something missing there. Like, oh, Joanna, I see in here. Joanna, she's in. Yeah, a lot of people don't have. Yeah. Yeah, this is. I feel like there's a buffer between my existence and the movie playing around me. Yes. Oh my God. Sometimes it's insane.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Almost
I feel like I'm in my own bubble.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm literally out of it. And I gotta come back into wait a minute, where but I had that my whole life where I'm somewhere else. So music is the love song of the. Music is freaking yeah. Anybody have any more questions about Will or Linda? Want to share some more?
That's a great description. Yeah.
Any Will stories you like to share?
Oh,
they're keeping in mind YouTube's community standards.
Yeah, I can't talk about the farting anymore. I don't want to get too much into the farting.
Well, Cameo started that.
Yeah, but they like it. We all enjoy it. It's part of what keeps us together. But no, love will keep us together. No, it's Will has a way of connecting with me, and it's just very random and very out of the blue. I never know when it's going to happen, but just all of a sudden I'll just get what I call a ping from him. And then I'll feel him, and it's I just know that whatever, I don't want to go into detail, but whenever we're together and then, things happen, I just feel so happy for the next few days. It just carries me through for a couple of days where I'm just on a cloud. I'm just I just feel like I'm walking on clouds. You know what I mean? I'm sure you know what I mean, Andrea.
Oh, and other people. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's
Yeah.
That's love. That's like
Yeah. It just puts me in a different, totally different space. Like, just happy, you know. And that is when I get inspired. I get inspired to write. The last song that I wrote was Running into the Sun.
Oh.
And that was after a visit with him. And I just had this feeling to write this song because I was just in such a good mood after that, you know. So I was riding my bike, and then that song just came to me. It just popped into my head, and so I just started singing it as I was riding my bike. And I'm like, I got to get back home and finish writing this song before it goes away. And then I finished it, and yeah, just the last line was "Loving you is so fun," and that's just how I feel. It's just, I guess that's really the main story. I don't know. I'm an Aquarius, so we're kind of embarrassed about talking about this stuff.
You get a sense with him that it's just like almost childlike, innocent love. Like it's just so pure.
Yeah.
And it's so like unaffected.
Yeah. It's very playful, you
Yes.
know.
Yeah.
It's very it's just fun. I don't know how to say it any other way. It's just very lighthearted and it's not deep and heavy, but not saying that he can't get deep and heavy. He can, you know, but we just like to keep it light because it's just so, I don't know, there's so much deep, dark heaviness around us already. Why make it like that? You know what I mean?
Well, it's something, you know, they need that. It's a little mini vacation for them, you know.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. It's like a vacation for all of us, you know, for both of us.
Having a place to like, you know, relax and just, you know,
Yeah.
laugh, you know.
And just he can be himself.
Yeah.
You know, he could just relax and not have to impress anyone or nobody. We're just relaxed completely.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We have a question for you. Do you want to telepath this? Does Will have any info on the demon realm or experience with them?
Well, I think he did when he was when you first met him, Andrea.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's what he was going through. I'm not sure if it was demonic as much as it was that he was dealing with really dark people or entities or whatever you want to call them that had actually sort of kidnapped him.
Yeah, I was so surprised when he was so fucked up. Like, dude, he's fucked up. You know?
Yeah. So and then you know you had to help him out. So
that was the weird. So they were the syndicate because the syndicate operates in the Sirius system.
Yeah.
So this, I don't know what he did. He never told me. I don't know if he ever told you what he did to get into trouble where they wanted they had a price on his head.
Mm-hmm.
He was showing me like he was working. He had to get out of there because he was working somewhere. Because he's a tech guy, like an engineer, you know, tech engineer. But he was working there on Series B, and where he was working, they were there, and they started. He's giving me his impression like they started to know something, right? Because they're like a mafia, so they started to notice something. I'm like, what? And he's like, and he had to get out of there. And he was pretty much, you know, a refugee in his apartment because he didn't know like which, you know, it's kind of like what happens here with the Men in Black. He didn't know like which knock on the door was going to be the last knock on the door.
Yeah,
it was really bad. I'm like, wow, like he's really scared.
He was trapped. He was.
Oh my God, yeah, he was running out of food. So then I told you, and you knew, you felt it too. I said, he's out. He's on a ship. He got out. He's went refugee status, got on a ship. But when did I do that? I can't remember when he needed healing.
It was right after. It was right after that.
Yeah, because I was making arrangements. Now I can't remember. I was making arrangements to have him go to ERA to get healed.
Right.
I had ladies in the city that he was going to stay with because he was traumatized, and but he didn't, because before we were arranging to get him out that way to go to ERA, get healed, and then make his way to you, he jumped onto that ship he wanted to get to you.
Yeah.
So he joined the Alliance CFW and went that way, working from them on the moon. Because I texted you, and I'm like, Will's out. And she's like, you're like, I know, I can feel it. But it was then, I think, I can't remember actually when, the two Arahel that I work with, I do not do healings, but I do healings for certain, for family. And so they came, and the snakes, the cobra that I work with, they're, these etheric, interdimensional snakes.
Mm-hmm.
That was when that's when they told me it was venom to venom. And they were pulling that's when he was naked. And they were, I was like, oh my God. So they were like just all over him. Then his astral form. Just they were saying it's venom to venom. I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So all of that, memories and darkness that these people had, and also probably black magic.
Yeah.
So what Will said, he wants to know, do you mean, he says, are you referring to the humans, like the Christian understanding of demon? He says,
right.
Or are you talking about the interdimensional, he says, frequency beings? Mike, let me ask, what do you mean? He's showing me these. Dark energies, he says. Dark energies. They're interdimensional dark energies. So he says, if you mean demons in the sense of here, no. But he says he's never personally had experience with the ones that are the interdimensional dark energies.
Well, then there's another question. Was it a shock for him when he came here to Earth? And I think it was actually better than where he was. Because I mean, you may think Earth is pretty bad, but compared to where he was, this is like a picnic, because Sirius B was under serious attack at the time, and he had to get out of there.
Yeah.
Well,
so he wants, it was all about you. He wants to be with you.
Well, yeah.
No, that really was the driving factor. I mean,
so he was like, I don't care about Earth. I don't care. I just want to see.
He wants to be by your side. I mean,
yeah,
here with you. So.
But no, I think he likes Earth. To be honest, I think he likes. I think it's. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he wishes, he was with you, and
where I am on Earth is probably one of the best places, to be honest.
Well, he wants to be, he wants to help you. He wants to,
Yeah. I mean, I'm not in a bad spot. So
as your man, he wants to, they're very chivalrous. So he wants to be there with you. He wants to be there to, he says, carry your groceries.
That's what I was just going to say, he wants to carry my groceries.
I thought that was the funniest thing he said that.
That's so weird. You just read my mind.
Why is it weird?
No, it's funny because I was just going to say that. This is funny.
That's what he said.
Yeah, I know. He wants to carry my groceries. I was visualizing him carrying my groceries.
Yes.
And then you said he wants to carry your groceries.
Of course. All right. Well, yeah, he wants to be the man. So Charles,
I know he wants to help me with the laundry.
oh, I feel it all the time if I'm carrying, because I work on the farm.
He
so
wants to. He wants to help me carry my laundry basket down to the thing, and I know he does. I feel him.
yeah, they feel bad about not being,
Yeah, he does.
It is, but we're it is what we're doing. It. We're just going to keep going. And so in Southeast Asia and Japan, suicide rates are, yes, I've heard that. Yeah, people. I actually wonder if they're not doing a lot of tests on them, for sure. I mean, life sucks and you die there too in some places, but I think they are zapping them and stuff. What is the shot? He is on Earth now. Okay, was it a shock for Will when he came to Earth how things are here?
That's what he was asking before.
Okay. Well, they get training, although Will didn't get much because once Eeka resigned, and
So did Will.
Yeah, he resigned at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So Will didn't have the training in the years that Eeka had here. So Eeka,
Right.
Eeka always he protects Will. He's like, he doesn't know he's protect, but it's but Will came down to help to be here physically for Eeka when he had his nervous breakdown. So
Right.
plus,
Yeah,
I remember Will just being fuck, basically fuck it.
Yeah, he was more worried about. It's not as much that he's thinking about Earth as much as he's thinking about the relationships with the people here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was coming right in. Yeah, he was needed. He felt he was pissed though too. I remember he was pissed. He was pissed with what was going on. Because Eeka never told anybody.
Oh.
So Will didn't know because he didn't tell him.
Oh,
so
geez.
Compartmentalized too, because Will's not in the military. Remember you were worried about that, Linda?
Yeah, I didn't want him to be in the military.
No, and he wasn't. He's in a civilian role, so
Yeah.
he had no idea what the military. Well, military is military, but he was just when he knew what happened to Eeka, he was pissed. He was.
Yeah.
So he made a rash decision, and I'm glad he did because
Me too.
So he feels like
He was brave.
Plus he where he wanted to be, where he was trying to get, it was to you anyway on Earth. So yeah, he just wasn't in the right line of work where they would move him to Earth. So he would have to request moving into an Earth base. And he probably was getting, prepared for some of that stuff. But then that happened and it was, So we have, oops. It's actually getting late. It's almost 10, so I'll have to, even though we started late. Lucifer and Sophia were all taken out extinct recently, apparently. Likely to Charles, I think Inner Earth has people willing to help us right back. Oh yeah, the Inner Earth is they've been released themselves from very heavy infiltration from very nasty groups in Draco. Actually, I don't know. I'll leave that to you, Linda. I don't know. Do you know Lucerne, Lucifer, and Sophia were all taken out?
No, I didn't know that.
No, I don't know that. Lost in space. The military had been. Oh yeah. So yeah. Well, it's almost getting close to 10, and you know me, I have.
Yeah, yeah. It's like we've been going for 2 hours and almost 20 minutes, so that's pretty good.
After all the screw ups, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I think we did okay. I'm glad I got to get back on here.
The whole point was for you to come on and talk about.
Yeah, we finally got to do it. So yes.
Yeah.
And thank you everybody for hanging in there with that.
Yeah, they were messing with something. So it seems like they're able to use your computer better than your phone.
Yeah, they were able to target my computer, but that's weird because I thought because it was a Mac that it would be harder. But but my phone, it's fine. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's well, it's good to know because the next time we'll know what to use the phone. So
I'll definitely use my phone next time. I know better now. But
yeah, 'cause
well, thank you.
you used to use your phone. That's why we never had any issues, I think.
Yeah, I used to use my phone with Zoom, but I never did it with StreamYard before. So I just thought, well, I better not use my phone, but now we know.
Yeah, no, that's I see like, and I'm the opposite. I can't use my phone because we actually have really sucky internet. I mean, whatever phone reception here for phones.
Oh,
There's
okay.
Dead zones in our area.
Mm.
Yeah, so we have folks saying the boys are saying, well, it's only what 10-7. It's the night is young, because of the night is young.
Thank you guys. Thank you everyone for being here. We appreciate it.
Yeah, that's rock. Yeah, we all gotta, as the guys from the W56 has said, we gotta stick together. We all gotta stick together.
Yes.
And I just want to say, we're not, nobody wants to attack anybody. We're just trying to say people have to be aware. And it's important for somebody to say, hey, look, be careful of this or be careful of that. And, and not to take those kinds of things personally, but to be like, people have concerns for you. So it's, yeah, I mean, that's where we're at because yeah, there's a lot of that V2K shit and we're always questioning, is this real? So I said, tolerate your, here we go. Tolerate your weaknesses, push. Yeah. I mean, it's we're all at risk. We're all at risk. So it's brilliant. So Saturday night, I don't even, all the days are the same for me. So I don't even know what day it is. They're all.
I remember that feeling. That was nice.
All the same.
That was nice.
Same thing, I do
Someday.
365 days a year. I do the same thing every single day.
Ah.
Every single. But it is what it is. So very cool. All right, guys. We'll see you again, and looking forward to doing some more podcasts with not only Linda but anyone else who would like to. I mean, my platform's open. Whenever if you want to come on, and I was telling you, nobody ever takes me up on it, but it's like it's just let me know if you like to come on. So.
Hey, yeah, and same for me too on potentials. Like I haven't interviewed anybody in a long time. I don't really pursue it. Like I wait for people to come to me and say, "Hey, I'd like to be on." So if anybody is interested in telling their story, feel free to come on, and I would be glad to have anyone on. So, especially from Andrea's community too.
I always put your link, Potentials Podcast, in the description so people can find that. And please subscribe to Linda's channel. Well, no, I mean, we all want to, support each other and want to, share your channels too in the, because you can do that in the comments section if anybody has, whatever.
If anybody has a channel, yeah. Feel free to do that. Do that on my channel too. Like if you want to drop it in the comments at some point. Or, on any of my videos, you want to drop your channel in there to let me know that you have one. I would love to check it out for sure.
Yeah.
And like I said, I personally, like, I'm not a personality. Like, that's not me. I like to interview other people and let them talk. It's not about me. So anybody who has anything to say, feel free to come on and I will let you do your thing.
Whatever you have, Instagram, all that stuff, right?
Yeah. I'm on Instagram and mostly Instagram and Facebook. I was on TikTok, but I got banned. I still have a channel on TikTok. It's my backup channel, but I just put nature shots on there. I don't really do anything with it. But yeah.
Yeah,
whatever.
so that's we need to share everybody's stuff.
And I have a Patreon too. I forgot. I always forget about my Patreon. Ugh. It's free to join. So
your Patreon. Yeah.
It's free to join my Patreon, and you can join for I forget how long before it asks you to pay. And you don't have to do that. You don't have to stay if you don't like it. But whatever. I'm not doing it for the money or for like anything. I'm just doing my thing. It's just whatever.
Well, you're the one who started everybody else on their journey.
Yeah, that's right. I was the stupid one who decided to just, start a channel and start interviewing just anybody that I thought was interesting. And now, like, you've got a channel, Evan's got a channel. It's awesome. I'm glad you guys are really, you're killing it. So
Well,
congratulations.
Andy jumped it. He did it. He's got his channel, Andy Z now.
Yeah.
Super cool. Love the
Awesome.
stuff he's posting.
Yeah.
Renata's got her channel, and that's what we were.
Oh yeah, Renata's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she's got a big project coming up. Actually, she's working her butt off on a big project. So yeah,
Cool.
we're encouraging everybody to. That's what we need.
Now we need to get Frank Chili to start his own channel.
Oh, he's got a big secret.
I'm just kidding. I know he would never. He doesn't want to do that, but he should get back on one of our things.
Dragon, but he's busy.
I know.
He's finishing up.
He texts me all the time. I get a text from him almost every day, but he just doesn't want to come on. So
well, he's busy.
I know he's busy. I know he's really busy.
He's finishing up a big project. Let's just say.
Yes.
Yeah, Frank he's not a tech guy. I don't think he doesn't do a lot of the tech. He would
No. I couldn't see him starting his own channel. He'd have to have like somebody else do it for him, and he should. He's a veteran of 45 years of UFO research. I mean, he shouldn't be doing anything. Everybody should be doing it for him.
Well,
he should be the one in charge.
He just rocked the world at the last MUFON conference. So
yeah,
I always mention on my usually on my Facebook when Frank is doing a conference. They were really impressed with the last one he did and MUFON. So that's part of his project that's coming out shortly.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm really excited for him. And there's another guy. Who's the guy that has that radio show? That Frank is a producer of.
Oh, Jeff Rentz.
The Jeff Rentz show. Right. So there you go. So he's always got that happening too.
So I was wrong. They have 50 hours of interviews with Bill Tompkins.
Wow.
Most of which are not out. Like they're not. That's
man.
That is
wow.
Yeah. So
that's so cool.
And Frank he's so humble,
he is.
Like he has contact experience, like with visitors, like he has contact.
Oh yeah.
But he just never, he's just like I said, he's such a Venusian. I mean, he's a tall Pleiadian, and it's so funny because my friend Patrick is too, and they're so humble,
Well, that's what I am, right? I'm a tall.
Yeah. You're a short tall, so like Patrick, we're short tall.
I am a short tall.
They're very down to earth. They're very, hardworking, and they're very dedicated. So. And so it's so funny, but Val is so like that. He just work. They're tireless. It's like they just. The more they do, it's like the more they give, the more energy they get out of it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Then there's the hell who just like give, and then we're like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm tired.
Well, speaking of which, you probably should go to bed.
I'm always.
You got, young lady.
I'm always. So we have right. The boys say they say, Eeka always does a salute, So, but yeah, this is always right. We'll see you upstairs.
Ciao for now.
See you upstairs. Well, thank you, Linda, for coming on, Grand. Yeah.
My pleasure.